if you don't mind, we'll just touch on alcohol for a second. What do you recommend for your patients? Like total abstinence or glass of red? Drink
Absolutely
a wee bit?
not. I mean, you talked about Jordan and tummy MRT. Then, as part of the Mediterranean diet, then it was a large glass of red wine every night.
That's quite nice. I mean, I could subscribe to that for sure if that was the way to go. I mean, goodness sake, yeah.
And a lot of people said no amount of alcohol is safe, and I think you've got to put it in the context that alcohol in moderation is fine.
Yeah.
I think Jordan did another piece around how normal beer is much better for you than no alcoholic beer. It has more goodness and other things in. So as long as you're having
happy days.
Yeah. But again, it's in the process. 10 pints of anything is not going to be good for you, really.
For
sure. So I think moderation is key. And, I know family members who I've diagnosed with reflux, and they've gone onto PPIs and they've gone, it's great, I can eat and drink whatever I want now. I'm drinking more and more, and I'm thinking, oh God. That wasn't
not the intention.
That wasn't the intention. I think it's an important part of our culture, important part of our enjoyment, and also an important part of our gut health. I think there is enough evidence now that things like red wine and a normal amount of beer is probably as part of a.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing
because the sort of the extreme end would say alcohol is a toxin. Absolutely no amount of alcohol is good for your body, full stop. And I guess I could make the case for that. The flip is, as you say, the blue zones, particularly in the Mediterranean places, Sicily, Sardinia, they're drinking every day. Small amount, very high polyphenol content, but really relative to, a punnet of blueberries, probably not that high. The other aspect, though, I think, which is important is if it's part of a social experience. I mean, having a half pint of whiskey yourself to put you to sleep, not sure that's so good. But a glass of red wine as part of a social experience that lowers stress levels. Maybe there's some aspect to digestion. I don't know. If you relax, you digest better. I don't know.
Increases blood flow to your stomach. Alcohol.
Right. Okay. So is there some truth to the digestive then?
Yeah.
It's a real.
Yeah. So
how does that work then? Because I hadn't.
Well, it's a kind of vasodilator, isn't it? So the alcohol goes in and you get an increased blood flow, and therefore you'll get better function and better absorption and everything. Then in the digestives, like the Germans love their digestives, don't they? With all the herbals and things that go on. So
there's some science to back up the post-dinner sambuca. Is it sambuca? What is it? They have a sort of...
there's all sorts, isn't there? But I guess the most common one that all people know is something like Jägermeister, which has become like, bastardized by the Jaeger bomb.
The Jaeger bomb. Yeah, exactly.
But actually, if you look at it, it's got like 15 different botanicals in it, and it's basically a medicine with a bit of alcohol. If you think about a lot of old medicines, if you go, especially in Germany, I think, because my son lives out there, then the herbal remedies with alcohol. There's a place in North Germany where they've got a digestive called the Schlugger der Lamp. Basically, they had a lamp in the pub because it was banned. So when the police came in or whatever, then they wouldn't be able to find this. And then when they'd gone, they opened this fake lamp, and there was this stuff. So when you go in there, it's kind of a rite of passage. You have to try it.
That's very.
So there's definitely quite a lot of medicines had alcohol in them, didn't they? Going back in time, cough medicines and things. So if you go listen, I always listen to Sherlock Holmes audiobooks, and they're always putting a wee bit of brandy on your lips to cure everything from stabbings to
a cure-all.
Yeah,
it's good to know though that there's actually some science to having a bit of booze before or after or during.
Yeah, and I think it's like everything else. I mean, what you want in life is if you have a varied and interesting diet, then you'll have a varied and resilient microbiome.
Yeah. I completely agree with you.